Hi guys, welcome back to the positive side of TikTok, where we're here to talk about Heart of Invictus. Oh my god, I hope everyone's seen it by now. I've seen it twice. I wanted to watch it twice because it's a lot of stories. It follows six brave soldiers and talks about their journeys. And I always watch things twice just because I want to really get all the background, it was so good. It was so good. Of course, the haters are going to hate. They're like, why is Harry talking about himself? This was really focused on the veterans, the wounded soldiers. It really was focusing on them. But something I heard someone say, a hater was saying, is that, there's nothing wrong with Harry. How could he compare himself to the wounded soldiers? Just because you're a soldier who didn't lose a limb doesn't mean you are not affected in a negative way by serving and being in the war. The things you see, the things you had to go through, the things you had to do as part of your duties can all leave you with trauma, flashbacks, hearing things. There was a man on there. I'm not going to tell too much because I know it's still early. People haven't watched it. But there was a man on there who someone lit a fire from across the room, just a fireplace, and that triggered him in that moment. And the cameras caught it. His hands were trembling. He started breathing really heavily, sweating. Just that. We don't know what it's like to be in war. We don't know how people handle things in a trigger. So for them to try to discredit him or anyone else who didn't lose a limb, or tell them, oh, quit ranting, quit whining. No, that's not what Harry is doing. And another thing is, you can't ask people to share their story if you're not willing to share yours. You can't sit back and act like your life is perfect and you never had a problem in the world, but then expect people to share. You can't. You have to be transparent and share. And they were trying to say he threw a dig at his family. He didn't. Because Harry was saying they couldn't give him what he needed. Not that they wouldn't. He said they couldn't. And most of that is because he didn't know what he needed. He didn't know how bad he really was and how much the trauma of war brought up the suppressed trauma of his childhood. And how it just came together and just made a tornado of a mess in his life. And so that's what he was saying. Just like most military families don't know how they can really help their military loved one when they come home wounded. All they try to do is be there for them, but they really don't. They really are at a loss. They try to help them, but they can't, And there's no dig to those family members. So that's all Harry was saying. So it was such a, everything Harry and Meghan do, all their productions are just top notch. And this was no different. The music, the way they had everything laid out, their in-depth information on the Ukraine war and the soldiers there was so good. I mean, it really opened my eyes, because I think a lot of us, we hear so much scatterbug around the Ukraine war situation, and we just think, oh, it's something going on over there. But they really, really put it in our face. And I'm going to tell you, yes, I cried tears, but it was not just sad tears because they had to go through it, but it was also tears of joy because they found each other. They found the Invictus. And something that I noticed about Invictus, because a lot of people are like, what is this Invictus? Is the Invictus Games itself, it's not just about a sport, but it gives these men and women purpose. And we all need purpose in life, right? You need a reason to get out of bed in the morning. You need a reason to put on your clothes. You need a reason to keep trying and striving. And that's what Invictus gives them. And also something I noticed, maybe you can tell me if y'all notice it too, is even with Harry, when Harry and these other military men see each other and get together, they light up in a different way. It's almost like they feel like, you see me. I don't have to say anything. You understand. You get me. And the way they all light up when they're around each other and just together, that community, everyone needs a community around them that understands them and support them. And sometimes you need people around you that you don't have to explain, what it is you're going through. You know what I'm saying? And so I just love that Harry created this. And I think Harry, what's so wonderful is Harry looked at he says in the documentary how he looked at, right, I have this platform, I see this need, how can I put the two together and do something for these people? And that's where he came up with Invictus. And it is just, these stories, Gabriel, I'm not going to tell too much, but he's a black man. Him and Harry became really close friends. They even went for a deep dive at night. He didn't lose his arm in war. He lost his arm in a bad accident, but he still applied to be a part of Invictus because he knew he needed something, and he's in constant pain still, even after losing his arm every day, and it shows that pain, but he still pushes through it, and it was just beautiful. I mean, just tears. It was just beautiful. And that's another thing. People are like, oh, nothing's wrong with Harry. Some people lost limbs. He's okay. You know, you don't have to lose a limb to be affected by war. You know, just because you don't see the scars don't mean they're not there, right? And so Harry's a testament to that. And Harry's just doing, I always say, God's work. He's doing a good job. And after watching this, I even told my husband, like, I want to get involved with helping our veterans. And, like, listen, we have a lot of family members in the military. My brother-in-law retired from the military. My nephew is retiring this year. He's been in the military for 20 years. I have a lot of young nephews who are in the military now, so they're just really starting their careers. We support the military, right? We love them. But I think we can do more, especially for our vets. So I called my cousin who works for the VA, and I'm like, listen, do you know any organizations like locally who we can help? What can we do? He's like, I'll get back with you. I'll let you know. We'll find some families, and maybe like if there's like a wounded family, you know, we can help during the holidays, anything. So that's what's so good about Harry and Meghan. They inspire me to get involved and to do more. You know, I'm not wealthy. I'm just a normal housewife, normal American, housewife. But we can all do things locally. And so the documentary was great. You know, the haters they want to find something to say. Half of them are mad because Meghan wasn't in it. Half of them are mad because she was in it one scene. Anyway, Meghan's just there to support Harry. I thought it was wonderful. She looked beautiful. The little tidbits that they showed of, them holding hands, him rubbing her back, her just being a support for him, and talking with the other military wives or whatnot. It was just, it was very good, very refreshing. It was just a good, heartwarming documentary, but very informative, and it woke me up. And it just take time to think about the people around you, and what can we do to help, and that's what I really get from Harry and Meghan. Okay, we have this money, we have this notoriety. Everybody wants to know what we're in, every move we make. How can we use that light to put it on things that we care about? I think it was absolutely fabulous. So I hope you guys go watch it. It's great. Watch it more than once. I watched it twice. I'm here trying to look up the people from the documentary so I could get in touch with them to say I'm praying for you. I'm proud of you. I'm so excited for the Invictus now. Anyway, I'm just excited for everything that Harry and Meghan are doing. I'm excited about our community. A lot of people are like, can this rebuild his relationship with the public? He doesn't need, the people who get Harry get him, and the people who don't never will. If you could be mad at Harry for sharing his story and for being honest and speaking up for himself and defending his wife and removing them from a toxic situation, if you can't support that, you'll never be a supporter, right? And anyone who has a problem with him making a documentary about these vets, you'll never get it, right? So we're here to support Harry, and I think everything Harry and Meghan have been doing is just fabulous, and I think they're doing a wonderful job. So we love Harry and Meghan. If you love them too and you're a supporter, and I know you are because you're on the positive side of TikTok, please watch that documentary and get involved in your community. Lots of people need our help. Let's be a positive change in the world. Bye, everybody. Stay positive.